Hey fam. So I wanted to talk to you guys today about the importance of what you're putting inside of your body because I know that as a collective, we are targeted through our energy, which of course everything is energy, including food. But even if you're a label reader like myself, a lot of the things that we're reading on the labels are is not accurate. So, we think that we're eating healthy based on the fact that it's organic or it doesn't have artificial food coloring or it doesn't have artificial flavoring or, you know, it's not overly processed or it doesn't have a ton of sugar, and we think that we're doing ourselves a favor, which we are because there's obviously, it there is it progressively gets worse. So you can eat better versus worse, but at the same time, just short story. I went out of town to go and visit some family, and of course, I ate what was in my environment, which wasn't the best choice I've ever made. But I didn't even realize how much it was affecting me until later on. I was like, why am I so cranky? Why am I irritable? Why is my sleep pattern off? Why am I so dehydrated? Like, why are my cravings intensify? And it all had to do with just a few days of eating the wrong foods, just made me step out of my typical, like, my brain and my body chemistry was completely thrown off just because of a few days making bad choices. So I just wanted to help you guys as a collective to be more aware of what we're eating because I didn't realize how misleading some of the packaging is on the foods that we eat. And I am a label reader, and if you're like me, of course you want to buy things that have less ingredients. The more you want to make sure that they don't have like MSG, and it's not highly processed foods. And you want to try to eat whole as much as possible when you can. But I mostly wanted to tell you guys my experience because I didn't even understand that it was, as a collective, we are super aware of our mental health and our spiritual health and our psychological health and our physical health, etc. But I don't think sometimes we give enough credit to the things that we're putting inside of our body, especially if we're reading labels and the labels are misleading us. So I just wanted to share with you guys to be really, really aware of what you're putting inside of your body, especially if it's something that you're not paying attention to or you're allowing the packages to lead you, because they're very misleading on purpose. And whether, we're consciously aware of it or not, it affects us on every single level. It's going to affect the circulatory system. It's the mental health. It's gonna affect your sleeping, your decision making, like your anxiety and stress levels, blood pressure, sugar. Like, it affects everything that we do when we eat certain types of food. So I feel like I'm a conscious eater, and I didn't really think that was going to be a problem, a few days of kind of just not eating like I normally ate, but it made a really big difference. And I don't know if it's because, like, my age or if it had just had something to do with the fact that I was eating different than how I usually ate, but I was a completely different person. I made decisions different. I was different toward my dogs. I couldn't tolerate people. I already felt like, I'm super protective of my energy and everything, but I was just like really high alerted, just really uncomfortable inside of my skin, and I didn't know why. And it had to do with what I was putting in my body. And I know that sounds like, duh, like, of course we know that, but really, if you really like experiment with a day of eating whole foods versus packaged foods or eating out, or if you're like just meal prepping with certain things and you're eating more meats and stuff, like, if you notice that some of these foods have like chemical processing or just be aware of what you're putting in your body at all times, because whether you know it or not, it is affecting you on every single level. And I just want to share that with you guys because, you know, it took me a long time to realize, like, what's wrong with me? Like, I've been eating good. Like, I've been home and I've been moving my body and I've been going to bed on a regular schedule and I've been hydrating and I've been eating more whole foods. But still, it took so long for that food to get out of my body that it completely changed who I was in a short amount of time. So I just wanted to share that with you guys in case you guys are noticing that you guys have been off in any way, because it doesn't take a lot to really just throw the body hormones completely out of whack. And I had to learn that this week. So I'm hoping that, you know, that helps somebody out there, because I really had to do a lot of research to figure out what was going on. It was that when it was like obviously in my face, like, yeah, I'm not eating the same. But, you know, sometimes the obvious things are the things that we overlook, and what we put inside of our body matters so much. So I just wanted to remind you guys to be really mindful of what you're putting inside your body, because your bodies are a temple, and you know, without these avatars, we can't get around, we can't do much of anything. So appreciate them, take care of them, and make sure that you are fueling them, not just feeding them to get rid of the hunger signal. Actually feed your body whole foods, and, you know, stay away from sugars and high processed foods, because they will throw your chemistry off, completely off, and it'll take a long time to get back regulated for the most part. So I hope that helps you guys. I love you guys so much. Thanks for being here with me. Until next time. Bye, fam.